and we're going to find the derivative of these. So your first step is to rewrite it and differentiate, which would just give you negative 6 over 7 x to the negative third, and you would simplify it by writing negative 6 over 7x cubed. You do the same for b and c, which would be 5/4 times x cubed. Bring down the 3, you get 15 over 4 x squared, and that would just be 15 x squared over 4. And for the final one, you would rewrite it as 3/2 times x to the negative third 3/4. Bring down the negative 3/4, multiply them, and you would get negative 9/8 x to the negative 7/4, and you would simplify it into negative 9 over 8 times the 4th root of x to the 7th. The sum and difference rule. The f of x plus g of x is just f prime of x plus g prime of x, same f prime of x minus g prime of x, and the derivative of sine is cosine x, the derivative of cosine x is negative sine x. The derivative of this, you would just factor in the x, which would just give you 3x to the 6th minus 2x to the negative 1st, and then you can just derive, and you get 18x to the 5th plus 2x to the negative 2nd. And for b, you would break it up into parts. You 7 over 3x squared plus x to the 4th over 3x squared minus 2x squared over 3x squared. And you get those will cancel, you simplify, and you get 7 over 3x to the negative 2nd plus 1/3 x squared minus 2/3. Once you all simplify, let me just rewrite. 7/3 x to the negative 2nd. And then it's easier to derive, giving you negative 14/3 x to the negative 3 plus 2/3 x, and this is a constant, so it just goes to 0. For c, again, you rewrite it to make it easier. So 3/4 cosine x plus 2x to the 1/2, and you just need to remember that the derivative of cosine is negative sine, so negative 3/4 sine x plus x to the 1/2. Since you bring the 1/2 and cancel out the 2, it'd be negative 1/2. Anyway, for part D, y prime equals negative 4x minus 3 cosine x. So it says to find the derivative of the quadratic function, so f prime of x equals 2ax plus bx plus c, and it wants you to find the values at f prime equals 0. So 0 equals 2ax plus b, you get negative b over 2a equals x, and this point is special because it is a critical point, and you would be able to find a minimum or a maximum, and since it's a problem, it would most likely be a minimum, and that's why it's special.